the turbot eaters, the sore losers, and the sleepy sentries, because gosh darn it, it's time again for Double Exposure's Swift Kick in the Year End. Welcome to beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, and Double Exposure's Swift Kick in the Year End. Hi, I'm Bob Robertson.
And I'm Linda Cullen.
And boy, are we excited out here on the West Coast.
Oh, yes, we got the veto.
Yes.
Oh, things have been crazy around here. We've been going to veto parties, and we've been singing veto carols around the veto tree.
There is definitely veto in the air.
You bet.
And while we're in a New Year's Eve veto celebration kind of mood, let's start the fun by looking back at some of the big news stories of 1995.
At least the way Double Exposure saw them.
Well, I was asleep in my bed on that night, and I was having a dream. And then suddenly, I hear a prowler in the hallway. And I did what any man would do under the circumstances. Really. I sent my wife to check it out.
Why are we on a beach, Sarge?
Dispatch said man with a jackknife in the PM's bedroom. All units code name hands up, so I figured that meant check out Club Med right away.
Hello, son.
Excuse me, we're Mounties and we're looking for our man.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Good luck.
Now, what's this, Gene? Well, that's the Inuit carving, you know, that I used to fight off the prowler that broke into my house.
You're kidding? Is it loaded?
Funny guy. Yeah, okay, I put it down there. Whoops.
My toe. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Mr. President, sir, welcome to Canada. We'd be honored if you would inspect the most important regiment in the history of our country, the Queen's Own Bellhops. Sir, they have carried luggage through 2 world wars, sir. Please.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Mr. President, follow me.
All right. You know, during the Vietnam War, I joined the U.S. Bellhop Corps, and we carried a lot of luggage during the Vietnam War years. Got some great tips, too. Just like these Canadian bellhops that we're looking at here today. So, keep it up, man. Ontario, I loved you so, but now we're through, 'cause I've been screwed. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. What's happening, my man?
Hi, how are you? You're fired. Hey, yeah. Hey, you're fired, too. How are you? Yeah, you're fired, too. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you're fired. Sorry. Look, I'm sorry, but you're fired. That's it.
I don't want to be
Hey, you're
fired.
fired, too. Sorry.
Don't make me go.
Have a nice day. What's the secret to being a great premier? Well, it's easy. The secret to being a great premier is not to pass anything that's a waste of time. And in my case, for example, I can tell you that I didn't pass grade 6, I didn't pass grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and there's no doubt about it. I'm a great premier, and I think it's really just about as simple as that. And this is what we're giving the CBC this year to spend. $1. Don't spend it all in one place.
Ding dong, the party's dead. The party's dead. Completely dead. Ding dong, the ND party's dead. And that's just one of the songs of my new CD called Audrey McLaughlin's Dance Steps for Lefties. It's available at all stores for an unsocialist price of $16.95. Thank you, thank you. Come on, everybody dance. Come on, get up, dance.
Lexa, isn't it great we've been surgically joined at the hip? I mean, we could go everywhere together now, you and I. Shopping, plays, and protests.
Just 2 Wendy peas in a pod. Now I'm boss, so I'm going to get rid of Sven, and I'll get rid of Audrey because she's old news, and I'm going to get rid of Lauren Nystrom and Nelson Reese, because this is my party now, and everyone has to dress like Alexa and talk like Alexa, and why don't we change the name to the ADP?
The Alexa Democratic Party?
Works for me.
Well, Sven, the convention's over. This is all that's left of the NDP.
Yes, Sven, it was a sad night.
No, I think it was an excellent party.
So, like, then where should we go now, Sven? To the right like everyone else?
Nah, come on. Let's go to the left.
Yeah, I think we should stay left.
Well, might as well. Look where it's got us so far.
Double Exposure's Swift Kick in the Year End will be back in a moment.
You're watching Double Exposure's Swift Kick in the Year End on CBC television. We're taking a wacky look at the news events of 1995.
That's right. And whether you were here on the West Coast or anywhere else across Canada, you were watching CBC television for coverage of the biggest news story of the year, The referendum, dum-dum-dum.
Yes, it was sort of like the Stanley Cup playoffs, but without that many commercials.
Exactly. And you know, the star of the referendum, of course, was Lucien Bouchard. And here in BC, there's a movement afoot to make Monsieur Bouchard the next pope. They say that way they'll only have to kiss his ring.
Well, as Howie Meeker used to say, all right, wind her back a little bit from there. All right, stop it right there. All right, let's take a look at those referendum replays. Super.
C-Y-E-S! Yes, can you tell me how to get spaghetti sauce out of a shirt?
Well, it's just like getting Quebec out of Canada. First of all, you soak them, and then you hang them out to dry.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. I've had both. You misunderstood what I said. It wasn't the lack of the ethnic vote that killed us. It was the lack of my ethics. Simple as that.
What's your request?
Can you play Roundabout by Yes?
What's the matter with you? I can't play Roundabout by Yes. That's a Yes Side song. Why don't you request that theme from Dr. No or something? Or I can't get no satisfaction. Or no Nanette. That would be okay.
Settle down. I'd rather
Mr.
have a
Parizeau,
bottle in
I have
front.
big news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found the Prime Minister of Canada, but he's asleep. Sound asleep.
Wake up, John Richard. Wake up. Come on, we know you're in there. Wake up and fight the referendum like a Quebec man, not a Canadian mouse. Wake up. Come on, otherwise we won't pay our fair share of the deficit. Well, anyway, we'll never pay our fair share of the deficit.
And if it should happen that we lose the referendum next time, we've devised a way for the people of Quebec to come into Canada and quickly. And we could lose the next time. I mean, we almost lost this time, but thank heavens, the Prime Minister finally woke up.
Oh, boy. Step this way, Prime Minister.
Now, here's the machine that lets you into Canada if there's a yes vote.
Well, no problem. It will be a no.
That's a good joke. Push F for forward. That's it.
Welcome to Atlas of Canada.
And then the gate goes up, and then you walk. Hey.
After dumping on Canada, Jacques Parizeau emerges from the bushes to make his escape.
Get on, Lisette. Let's get out of this awful country. We'll be king and queen somewhere else, eh?
I already bought my crown.
All right, here we go. By Jove, what the...
What's wrong?
It must be a Federalist ATV. It doesn't work.
Oh, no.
No, come on.
I get out of the bush.
Go, come on. Go.
Okay, Jacques, wait for me. Wait for me. What are you doing?
Just call it separation. Come on, you stupid machine.
Mr. Klein, sir, I've noticed that you have a tube stuck in your ear. What exactly is that?
Well, I'm having a saline solution pumped into my brain at this moment, and it flushes out all the residual hops and barley, and once that's finished, I should be able to think a lot more clearly.
Yeah, did you order the Ontario pizza, extra bologna? Hello?
I'd like to start today by asking all of you to bow your heads and pray with me. Dear God, let there be no more wildcat strikes in the Alberta healthcare industry. Amen.
So, Ralph, do you want to come up to my suite to continue provincial negotiations?
Well, I really don't have the time
because
yes, but no, Rita McNeil's on.
Don't worry, Ralph. We've stocked the suite for you.
All right.
Yeah. That's the spirit. Attaboy, Ruffy.
Well, Mike, Clyde asked Ralph to come up to his suite for a beer, but no one said Catherine Colbeck come for a beer. I certainly like beer. Would you talk to Clyde?
Well, I'm going for tuna sandwiches, so, I can't help. It's not my problem.
Miss Colbeck, you're unhappy with this conference?
Well, they didn't invite me for beer, so it's PEI snubbed again.
We're here in Ralph Klein's rec room where, as you can see, he's stocked up for his annual New Year's Eve party. We're just waiting for one final delivery from the beer man, and the party can begin. And here he comes now.
Hey, Ralphie.
Well, I think it's time, Mr. Speaker, that I was officially made the new Sheila Cops in the house because she doesn't yell, and I can yell louder than her, and I'm angrier. Just look at me.
Mr. Speaker, I should be made the new Sheila Cops in the house because I can yell louder than Sheila Cops. And let me tell you one other thing, Mr. Speaker. I am also the best looking in the entire house. Now.
Well, I think Brown and Dupuy should just back off because I may yell again. But that doesn't matter because I am still the new Sheila Cops in the house. So unless they want to see the old Sheila Cops back, they better shut their traps.
Well, as a trade minister for Canada, I'm working very hard to improve ties with Pacific Rim nations. As a matter of fact, the best tie is the one that I'm wearing right now. In fact, the export of Canadian bow ties would make Canada not only the strongest economy in the world, but also the goofiest looking. And that's something to be proud of. Mr. Speaker, if you could just hang on just a moment more, please. I'm getting orders from the mothership. They're talking now. Hang on.
Well, I'm prepared to announce on national television something I've never told anyone before, and that is I'm in love with my leader, Preston Manning, and that's why I joined the Reform Party of Canada, was to be close to the most wonderful person in the world. I wait anxiously for him to arrive every day. I just love the way he strides up to a press scrum, holding the notes that I've lovingly prepared. And I know he doesn't know how I feel, but that's okay, because I like just sitting next to him in the house. You know, I feel him near me, and I just want to pant like a dog. You know, I pant, and I want to say to him, Preston, let's just go find a closet somewhere and really sing "O Canada." You know why? Because I love you, Preston.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I would like to...
Down this way, Prime Minister. I'm down here.
Oh, there you are. Mr. Speaker, I would like to pass a motion that every day in the House of Commons, we all get up, everybody, and we laugh at Preston Manhole.
It is time for a commercial.
Well, we've had many world leaders here at the beautiful Canada Place, and hey, you folks on the East Coast, we know all the fun you had with the world leaders arriving for the G7 summit this year.
Yeah, we haven't seen that many G-men since the 1948 Jimmy Cagney Film Festival.
That's exactly right. And where exactly do G-men buy their clothes? Is it Mr. Big and Dangerous or Tip Top G-men?
And do they wear G-strings?
Yeah, well, that's what they tie their guns onto, you know.
Oh, I see.
Sort of a...
But I guess the big question is, does anybody know what they really talk about at G7 summits?
Well, now, Bob, what are you suggesting? I mean, they're discussing very serious things. You know, they're not just exchanging recipes.
Everybody, I want to tell you about my new recipe for the G7 backfire chili. Yeah, but get Gretchen in here. Yeah, get Gretchen.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Bon. Oh, you will want to hear about the recipe that I have got, so listen very carefully. For the G7 backfire chili recipe, you need... where's he going?
Sorry.
You will need about 40 pounds of beef.
Oh, sorry.
And kidney beans, about 20 pounds. And you will also need a cup of chili peppers and some tomatoes. You will also need that. And you mix it together. And then we add some wine, about 6 cases.
I like the sound
And then
of that.
in Paris, we add some raisins, you know, very important. And then for flavor, we like to add about half a dozen cats, if we can get them. And then, you know, it's also very important, if we can get them, some birds, some small birds, budgies, parrots, with their feathers on, of course, naturally, that's where we like it. And some glowing fish from our nuclear test. And then we add one Canada Goose. But you don't mind one less Canada Goose, of course. And then, very important, English hedgehog.
English hedgehog? No,
Oh, yes, absolutely. May we?
No.
You must have the hedgehogs in the chili, because that is where you get the fiber from. Without the hedgehogs, it's just soup. It's useless. Look, if I don't get the hedgehogs for the chili, then I will not come back again to another G7, understood?
Hedgehogs. Yeah, all right. I'm going to eat spam anymore.
Okay, I thought to kick off the G7 meeting, I would tell everybody a story. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears, and they live in the woods. And they go for a walk in the woods. And then Goldilocks, she dropped by the 3 bears' house, and she tried their porridge. Well, the first bowl, it was too hot. The second bowl, it was too cold. And the third bowl, it was just right. And then there was trouble because the 3 bears, they came home. They came home. The 3 bears, they throw Goldilocks in the garbage.
And the big mama bear, she have a big eye around her head like that.
But didn't you talk about Bosnia at all, huh?
I think the important thing is that Goldilocks shouldn't have been in the Three Bears house in the first place. I mean, that's breaking and entering. And you know, you shouldn't do that. It's starting trouble in the house, just like the Republicans are always starting trouble in our house.
And so I tell them the Goldilocks story, and they understood it, you know. It's just like it is in Canada, you know. You have a bowl of porridge that's too hot, you have one that's too cold, and you have to pick. And so you pick. That's what I'm always telling Quebecers all the time, you know. You have to pick one or pick the other. Or, you know, you have to make up your mind. That's what I tell everybody in Canada. Just like Goldilocks, huh? And the Three Bears. You know, how do you want your porridge? That's it. Hello, Bert. Oh, boy, you hug like my Uncle Andre, huh? I think you broke my tooth.
I don't mind the G7 meetings so much. What really bothers me is the way Yeltsin steals children from all the well-wishers. He tosses them in the air, and it's dreadful. Really, really dreadful.
Hey, give me my baby back. Give it back. I think you're sick. I'm going to call the authorities. Oh.
That is Russia. We have them with onions.
Hey, Boris, I like your shoes, you know. And hey, look, Mr. Muraro, he's got the same shoes as Helmut has. Ah, you must shop at the G7 shoe warehouse, I guess.
Okay, everybody, say G7.
Okay, boys, let's eat.
Hey, Helmut, I think Gene's stepping something there. It's a bad smell.
Hooey. Terrible. I thought it was shellac.
No.
Hey, Yeltsin, what's that smell, eh? Huh? What stinks, huh?
Eh? What?
They want to know what that awful smell is. It's smelling in the air.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. I thought at first it was Halifax Harbor, and then somebody told me it's Gretchen's
That's right.
shoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gus,
What's the shoes?
Let's get out of here.
Guinness Book of Records presents Japanese Prime Minister Murayama and the world's longest eyebrows. Truly an amazing specimen.
Sir, you have more hair on your eyebrows than I have on my head.
In Japan, long eyebrows sign of virility.
Really? Well, can you tell me how you get long eyebrows like that?
Lots of sushi.
Sushi?
Hi.
Time to check the health of the G7.
Okay, Dr. Yeltsin, are you ready for the checkup now?
Yeah.
Okay, next patient, please. Okay, the famous Dr. Yeltsin will give this man a checkup. Dr. Yeltsin will listen to your chest, and then he will ask you to bend over and cough. Okay with you?
Okay, fine.
Okay, where's my limo?
Cut back, sir. You'll have to use a skateboard.
Oh, boy. Okay, this is my stop. Stop! Come on, stop!
Whew. Hey, you just drove your skateboard over my cat Doodle, so I'll be seeing you in court.
Hey, so
Oh,
sue
yes.
me.
$1 million. Cat killer?
Okay, all G7 members, what do we say?
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Hope you're enjoying your New Year's across Canada on CBC television, coming to you from beautiful British Columbia,
Ooh, yeah.
the bingo capital of Canada.
Yeah, I guess we took the trophy for that scandal this year. You know, here in BC, we're wondering if we're ever going to get to vote a premier out of office.
Yeah, well, now, of course, BC wasn't the only place with political
No,
scandals.
no.
You know, Ralph Klein had his shares. No, actually, his wife had his shares.
Yeah.
And, of course, thanks to the Airbus scandal, Brian Mulroney is suing Canada for damages.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? Never mind, scandals. Where would double exposure be without them?
Hello, my friend. Good day for a game of bingo. Make some money for the NDP. God, I love bingo. Let's welcome bingo caller, Premier Mike Harcourt. Thank you, my friend. Ready to call those numbers. Hi, ready to play bingo? Okay, raise some money for the left wing here. Eyes down, everybody. Okay, under the B, 4. B4. Under the I, 21. Well, my friend, a bingo was called, and I told everyone not to touch their cards until they verified the numbers. And we also have to count the cash because that's when we need to make sure we made enough money. And then we said, yes, it's a bingo, and they just threw away their cards because that's the end of the game. Those are the rules of bingo. The NDP, we know how to play the rules of bingo better than anybody. I can tell you that.
Have a nice trip to Switzerland, Mr. Mulroney.
Yes, thank you very much.
You going to check on those bank accounts, are you, sir?
Yes.
Give our best to Devin.
All right, yes. By the way, you know, I'm suing Canada for $50 million. There's nothing personal, though. Oh, hi there.
Say, didn't you used to be Brian Mulroney?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was.
I was trying to buy one of those four-door Airbuses. Can you get one for me?
A couple upstairs.
Oh.
Never been used before. And how's your credit?
Oh, it's very, very good. Can you give me some idea, then, of the price and the commission on these things?
I sure can. Look, come on out here, and I'll introduce you to my partner, Frank Moores. He's much better than me at the arithmetic.
Mr. Tobin, we found the jackknife used by the prowler.
Now, that's the problem with the RCMP. This is not a jackknife. This is a fish. A jackknife is a dangerous weapon. You can get hurt with a jackknife. You never hear of a prowler, though, breaking into 24 Sussex and threatening the Prime Minister with a fish. And furthermore, you can't use this fish as a weapon because this fish is endangered. Thanks to Spanish overfishing, the only thing the Canadians have left to defend themselves with are dead seals.
Mr. Mulroney, do you know anything about comedy?
No, I don't.
Well, can you tell us what you thought of Double Exposure's New Year's Eve show?
Well, now, as you know, I don't watch a lot of television. The good news is that it's over. It only happens once a year. My only comment is, bye-bye, Happy New Year.
Isn't it amazing how a whole year in politics can pass right before your eyes in less than 30 minutes?
Oh, yeah, but don't worry. I think there's a lot more where that came from.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what lies ahead in 1996?
Well, I think we'll have enough time to fit in at least 2 or 3 referendums.
Sure.
In the meantime, we hope you enjoyed Double Exposure's swift kick in the year end.
And don't forget Double Exposure, the radio show, Saturday mornings on CBC Radio at 11:30, 6:30 p.m. on CBC Stereo.
A half an hour later in Newfoundland.
Right.
And so, from Vancouver, I'm Linda Cullen.
And I'm Bob Robertson.
Wishing you a happy new year and keep laughing.
Right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You ready for the press conference, Premier?
Yes, but just wish I could wipe this stupid grin off my face.
If Ralph Klein thinks that he can open private clinics, then I have one thing to say to him. Yo, eat my shorts.
Oh, boy, is that in the Red Book? Run, everyone! Run for your lives! Diana's doing an interview on the BBC!
Oh, well, look at this. Everyone in Canada knows what this is. It's a genuine Inuit sculpture, excellent for fighting off prowlers and those nasty right-wingers with just one blow.
And now it's time for the NDP to get on that train to oblivion. All aboard!
Say, Elvis, I thought you were dead. I thought you were alive, Baldy.
Oh, first we lost the referendum. And now Double Exposure's over. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo!
Peter Mansbridge and Hannah Gardner on The National, tonight at 10.